They laughed when I said I wanted peace. Not just a porch and a garden, but ocean air, morning hikes, and soft jazz in the evenings. I told my kids I was planning to retire by the water, maybe join a wellness community on the coast. Their reaction? Mockery. The kind that stings more than it should. Dad, you don't even like yoga. Those places are for rich retirees and influencers, not you. Why don't you just stay put and join the seniors' bingo nights in town? They chuckled, high-fived, moved on with their phones, brunch plans, and social media stories. They didn't ask how I was planning to retire, or how I had rebuilt everything from the ground up, or that there was once a time I had nowhere to live, just a backpack and a cracked pair of boots. What they didn't know was that while I was mocked and dismissed, I had quietly built a financial life in the shadows. They forgot that I had survived poverty, that I once picked up accounting skills through donated library books and watched real estate tutorials on borrowed Wi-Fi, that I made my first property investment with saved cash and sweat equity. And by the time they were laughing at my dream, I had already signed the early stages of a deal they couldn't imagine. Because I didn't just want to retire at a resort, I wanted to own it. Not a cheap motel. A true luxury wellness escape. The kind of resort that influencers tag with sunset reels. One where celebrities detox, CEOs network, and room service costs more than their rent. It started years back, when the owners of the remote coastal resort filed quietly for bankruptcy after a failed expansion. I kept tabs. Waited. And when the time was right, I made a discreet offer through a shell company. One signature. One wired transfer. Just like that, it was mine. But I didn't stop there. I redesigned it, poured my soul into every detail. Modern eco-architecture, gourmet cuisine, spa facilities, and every suite with ocean views and zero phone reception. Peace wasn't a wish anymore. It was a reality. Months later, I invited my kids for a weekend getaway. I didn't tell them anything beforehand. When they arrived, their jaws dropped. Infinity pools, exotic cocktails, aromatherapy in the air. They gushed over the amenities, the design, the exclusivity. We couldn't dream of affording this place, one of them whispered. I smiled. That night, over dinner on the private deck, the head concierge brought out a custom wine bottle with the resort seal. Underneath the seal, a name they recognized. *Mine Star. They paused. I let the silence sit before I spoke. Turns out bingo nights weren't really my thing. They stared. One asked, "Wait, this is your place?" I nodded. "The retirement plan you laughed at? You're sitting in it." Their expressions shifted, from confusion to disbelief to something much quieter. Respect. The twist? I had already put the resort into a trust, set up to fund wellness retreats for veterans, single parents, and trauma survivors who couldn't afford luxury healing. Every booking would help fund 10 free stays for people who needed it more. My kids didn't say much after that, just looked at me differently. Not as a dad with silly dreams, but as a man who outpaced their expectations in complete silence.